for 2023 is the Springfield Echelon. The striker-fired polymer frame pistol features Springfield's new variable interface system for mounting multiple optic footprints and the serialized cog fire control for inserting into multiple frames. Find out more at springfield-armory.com.
Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. With the end of summer nearing, the Fudds have finished their yearly load development cycle, and they're going to be heading out to the range to get ready for the fall shooting season. With this in mind, we've come up with some of the best ways to annoy your local range Fudd. So sit back, break out that safety orange fishing vest, and let's start the show.
Oh no, not again.
Alright folks, the Fudds have spent the entire summer talking online with other reloaders on how to just get that little bit of extra performance out of their special recipe. And autumn is when they come to test those loads before hunting season, where they'll inevitably end up just buying some Remington Corlock rounds from Walmart, since they do a better job anyway.
You suck.
When they do show up, you know they're gonna be complaining about everything all the time, so we might as well make it fun for you. First, you have to identify your Fudd. Now, he's most likely going to have on a Bass Pro hat and blaze orange and a fishing vest with IPSC patches on it with the year 1993 barely visible. Once you spot his adult participation trophies, you know you've got the right target. For this to work, you're going to need to break out the double stamp gun and mag dump 5.56 out of a suppressed short-barreled rifle while standing upwind of him. All of those gases are going to waft right over him and hit him right in his emphysema. If you don't have a suppressed SBR, then a gas station breakfast pizza or burritos will work in a pinch. Just remember, stand upwind. Another nice option is to give all that 9mm aluminum brass ammunition a nice brass paint coat so that when you leave it behind and he hoovers it up with his last bit of agility left in the day, he's gonna end up realizing after he gets home and washes them that he now has to sort out aluminum cases.
That's a dang it.
A secondary option for you is to spend the entire day ridding yourself of the rest of the ammunition for that mistake gun that you bought. What gun is that, you might be asking yourself? Well, it's that Glock 37 45 gap. You know, the one that you have stuffed in the back of your safe, hiding it like that illegitimate child you had with that stripper you met on Jerry Springer? You know you shouldn't have, but now you can use it for a positive purpose. And by the way, we're not talking about the stripper anymore. But you can use the gun to rain down non-compatible 45 cases into a shooting bay and tell him you don't reload. He's gonna pick up every single one of those once fired brass cases. If you want some more instant gratification, just mag dump as much as you can afford to. I mean, we all know that the Fudd's biggest complaint is shooting too fast. If more than one round goes off more than every 5 seconds on the firing line, this old timer grabs his cane and hobbles on over to the range safety officer to complain.
Son of a...
I mean, how can he concentrate on trying to get the best grouping possible out of his hunting rifle that was purchased during the Carter administration and has a bore smoother than this transition to tell you to come hang out with me over on Twitch 7 days a week? That's right, folks. You can check me out at twitch.com/Tundra Gaming Live. There are more subtle ways that you can annoy your local Fudd though, one of which is to just have a good time. I mean, if your gun jams, don't complain, just clear it and move on. We all know this can be frustrating, but if you don't let it bother you when he tries to explain that's why you should shoot a revolver, he's gonna have to take an extra baby aspirin when he gets home just to keep his blood pressure under control. Shrug off those pulled shots, and when he tries to give you a pointer, just tell him, well, bud, I'll do it my way. Just gotta keep practicing. That for sure will have his doctor adjusting his heart medication for months.
Oh, call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
If you're more of the prankster type, then this one is fairly simple. You just have to act normal for the first shooting session before the range is called clear and you can go change your targets. Once down range, just loiter a bit and wait for him to change his target and start heading back. This is where you strike. No, what? No, you don't attack him. What's wrong with you?
God help us all.
You sneak back behind his target and apply one of those sticky reactive targets to the back of his bullseye. Once he takes his first well-aimed shot, the middle of his target's gonna be completely gone. Make sure you get your phone set up to record his reaction without him noticing. Can't check that grouping if that part of the target is completely gone. Bonus, if he doesn't set it off, you can have the satisfaction of knowing he can't aim and he's gonna have to blame it on the family down the line having a good time.
One more Neutrogena tantrum out of you and you're getting the gate, bud. Try me.
Next up on the ways to annoy a geriatric trigger squeezer is to shoot a video. Bring out a GoPro and a tripod and try to get some sweet footage for that gram. I mean, you know that new song is trending and you're sure to make it a huge hit if you just have the right footage of you and that sweet Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. Even if you have the camera only getting you and your target in frame, it's sure to have him come screaming on over telling you to delete the video. I mean, it's illegal because he didn't give you permission to film around him.
You're a douchebag. You're a douchebag.
Bonus, the footage is also going to make for a great YouTube short. Now, if you want to film some footage with me, come on down to Gunstock, Texas in Waxahachie, just south of Dallas. I'll be there with my writers and the guys from AR15.com. Registration is open, and to find out more, you can visit gunstocktexas.com. One of the ways that I find to work really well is to bring just a group of your friends. It's even better if they all have very loud guns with obnoxious muzzle brakes on them. The background chatter while your friend takes their turn shooting will drive him insane. His hearing aid will be in more overload than that one time he fell asleep on the couch and woke up to a Jerry Springer episode and heard everybody booing the pregnant trailer park stripper. Wonder where we saw that before. Oh, by the way, when he gets up to complain, just make sure you're all holding your cell phones and showing each other memes and funny dog videos just to cue up the classic, kids these days are stuck on their dang screens.
Get off my lawn.
Now, if you happen to be a mall ninja, you are in a special place, my friend. Make sure to put on all of your LARPing gear and head on out. Oh, and don't forget that drop holster that's about 4 inches lower than it should be. Once you get to the range in full kit, act as tactical as you possibly can. Make sure you're doing center axis relock and dropping magazines free during every single mag change. Bonus points if you drop a mostly still full mag because, like Call of Duty trained you, if there's a break in the action, you've got to reload that gun to get full magazine capacity at all times. Old Timer here knows nothing of this, and this is the type of thing that makes him question what happened to his town. He's gonna pipe up with something about back in his day in Nam, we didn't have body armor. This is where you can remind him of how many less soldiers would have died if they didn't have sucking chest wounds.
That's rad.
One of my all-time favorite ways to annoy my local range Fudd is to act like I know more than him.
I know more than you. All right.
This is one of the simplest things that you can possibly do, and it can be all done with zero planning. After a session of him complaining about you shooting a single round every second at the 150-yard target, when you're packing up, just tell him he needs to work on his stance and grip a little bit if he ever wants to make some progress. Just tell them you learned it from watching YouTubers and they must know better since they have so many followers. Offer this advice and then just walk away before you can get a rebuttal in. Make that exit quick because you just lit a fuse, my friend, and you've got about 20 seconds before he blows up like an Oppenheimer fat boy. You can get in your car and head on home knowing you won that encounter.